Hello there YouTube, it's your Bobby 3 back with another kicking action figure review. Today we're looking at the Schleich Eldrador creatures. Shadow Raptor. Yes, I believe this was their first Eldrador creature based off a prehistoric critter. And I really like the Eldrador line, and I really like when they have prehistoric ones. So let's take a look at the packaging here. This is a lot more packaging than most of my Schleichs get, you know. This little kind of QR code you can scan. QR codes. You can pause and scan those if you'd like. But there's many others advertised down here. Stone Monster, which we reviewed. We reviewed Ice Giant, Jungle Creature, and the Lava Smasher. We do not have a Shadow Dragon to review, but maybe one day, eh? But yeah, I liked all these, so hey, who knows, right? But yeah, it's pretty cool. He's a little loose in there, ready to get out. So let's go ahead and get him out of packaging. And here they are out of package. The Shadow Raptor. Pretty cool. I actually really like this figure. The shadow creatures, like many other Eldrador creatures, have these clear translucent parts, and you know I'm a sucker for translucent action figures. But the shadow ones, typically, instead of having like crystal protrusions or ice or something, have something very different. Theirs are bones, these big bony spinal protrusions going down the back, which typically lead to a stinger on the tail. This one isn't all the way down like some others. I think the Shadow Dragons is all the way down and the stinger is translucent, but that is not the case with the Raptor. But it's fine that it's just up here. Pretty cool. He's this really cool kind of dark gray with these jet black claws. See, he's got some battle scars, which are really deep, by the way, and there is paint in there. Very cool. No detail and paint on the bottom of the feet. Well, I guess there's paint, but it's not like detail. But he does have this kind of big purple tummy. Pretty cool. Violent red eyes. Paint inside the mouth as well. Little white teethies. Pretty cool. It's just a cool monster raptor creature. And I can dig that. So now, let's do some size comparisons. Since, you know, there's no articulation to show. You'd think he'd have at least a jaw movement. But no. And yeah, the regular Schleich Raptor has 3 points of articulation. And this guy has none. But this guy kind of has arguably a better sculpt. So, let's get into his size comparisons. First up, how about another Eldrador creature that's also based on a prehistoric animal? The Frost Mammoth. Pretty cool. They kiss, they're pals, they're buddies. Not really. I think they're warring factions, but what you gonna do? Then we have some Eldrador creatures that are just Eldrador creatures. You know, one of my personal favorites. The Lava Smasher. Oof. I would give that fight to the Smasher probably, but the Raptor would put up one hell of a fight, don't you think? Pretty cool. And now how about we show him off with someone in his own faction, someone he'd team up with. Like the Shadow Worm. I'm a big fan of this Shadow Worm figure, by the way. Definitely check out my review on it and all 3 Eldrador figures I just showed in size comparisons. I've reviewed all of them. And now we're going to get into dinosaurs. Yeah, I want to show him with a bunch of dinosaurs, since he, you know, is one. First up, how about a Schleich Dino, one of my personal favorites from them. Giganotosaurus. This is because I kind of resculpt and stuff. Pretty cool. You can check out my Giganotosaurus review as well. And then how about something from Safari Limited with a bit of a smaller dino, Psittacosaurus, now retired, unfortunately. Fun pals, fun friends. I like that. Then also the Papo Green Running T-Rex. You can also check out my Safari Psittacosaurus and Green Running T-Rex reviews on this channel. Now, how about something from Japan, a very rare figure, which I have reviewed. It is the HappyNet Carnotaurus. Very nice. What's that? You want more dinos? This one I haven't reviewed because I don't have all its accessories. It is the Jurassic Park The Lost World Baby T-Rex. Pretty cool, pretty fun. Next up, another Jurassic franchise figure from Mattel's Hammond collection, Concavinator, who I have reviewed. Yoink. And lastly, I think I'm going to show a kaiju, which, yes, I've also reviewed. So here is the Ultra Monster Series DX Thunder Killer. Yeah, these Eldrador creatures make great kaiju. And I display my dinos and kaiju together anyway, so, you know, Eldrador kind of just gets displayed with my kaiju too. Especially these dino ones. Pretty awesome. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on the Schleich Eldrador Creatures Shadow Raptor figure? It's a pretty cool sculpt. Big fan of the translucent bits. Mine has a bit of a warped foot, which makes him kind of flop over. When it gets in the right place, he's fine, but then it goes back to where it is and he kind of topples. I can fix that with the hot water trick, probably. I like the design, you know, they just took a bit more of a JP style raptor and they kind of built upon it with the big crystal bones and the stinger, and this is a cool way to turn a dino into a monster, I think. It's a really cool piece. If you're a dinosaur collector or a monster collector, or just a kid that wants to play with a cool monster or dinosaur toy, I think this is a good choice. Schleich can be a little pricey, but they are high quality figures and I do really enjoy them. So that is it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.